Hello and welcome to a game of the loser bracket finals for the Netolic Pro League. And before we get ourselves into the game, a couple of things I want to say. So, first of all, head yourselves over to Raid Call Room 2013 because you can win prizes. Mice, headsets, mousepads, everything during the 3 games that we're potentially gonna see because it's the best out of 3. More importantly, head yourself over there to already be there for the 5th of May when the finals are going to be happening between the winner of this team and MUFC, because during that game, during that best out of 5, you have the chance to win a ticket plus hotel plus airplane ticket to the International 3. That's right. You can win yourself a ticket to TI3, including everything apart from food. So make sure you head yourself over to Raid Call Room 2013. If you've already won something earlier with earlier giveaways and you haven't gotten around to finding how you can get hold of an admin, head yourselves over to their Facebook where you can also find the way that they hand out the prizes and the way that you can contact them. And next to the giveaways, brackets, yay! So we see that these two teams have already faced each other once. It is Netolic Singapore that is on the Radiant side for this game, is was the one that knocked Vici Gaming down to the loser bracket. Vici Gaming, who made their way through the loser bracket, beating down Invasion and Orange. And now up against their nemesis again, up against Netolic Singapore, who, when the tournament started, was still known as April Fool's Day, AFD, up-and-coming team. And, of course, on the other side, we have got ourselves Vici Gaming. One of these two teams is going to be up against MUFC in the finals, the 5th of May. And that is gonna be this best out of 3 that will decide which one of these two teams will be doing that. We've got ourselves a Lifestealer, Bedrider, Silencer, and Nyx Assassin getting banned out. Now I have to point out that Vici Gaming is actually a team that have played Wisp before, and have won with Wisp before, and I think Netolic as well. Netolic Singapore. But we'll find out if they wanna pick that again, because of course it's not really very high priority ban in Asian scenes, but we have seen it more often lately, and who knows, maybe they're gonna be doing it again. So far they've got themselves on Vici Gaming a Magnus, Shadow Demon, and a Leshrac. I have to say it looks very Western to me. Of course, a ton of combinations that you see a lot. We have the Split Earth combination with the Disruption. We have got the Magnus, RP, Split Earth, Lightning, whatnot, etc. going through. We just miss a carry that can profit from that as well, even though we have seen Vici Gaming going for a carry-ish Leshrac as well, so we might see that one. As they've also run a lot of Chaos Knight Vici Gaming, that is, so that we might see a Chaos Knight still picked up, and then have a Chaos Knight Leshrac Shadow Demon lane. On the other side we have got a Lone Druid, a Rubik, and a Queen of Pain, so having their mid laner, the Queen of Pain, already very solid hero to have. We have the Rubik, played as a support. Lone Druid is going to be playing an offlane most likely. And we see an expected trend in terms of bans. I mean, Netolic knows that Vici Gaming still needs a carry, so they ban out the ones that don't want to be facing. They ban out the Weaver and the Juggernaut, and of course also the Phantom Lancer. Still a lot of heroes in the pool that can help out with that though. And of course, normally when there's a Lone Druid in the pool, we see double carry lanes, kind of, double carry, double semi-carry things going on. You know what I mean, like a Lone Druid and something else. So that's why we see a Luna getting banned out. Keeper of Light was still in the pool, and that is going to be the one that we are going to be seeing banned out. And a Wisp as well, just in case there was going to be a strong dual lane still coming from Netolic. And like I said, Netolic also a team that likes to play Wisp, or at least that we have seen playing Wisp before and being successful with it. So we have a ban on the Wisp. See, we see Wisp in Eastern Dota. What are people complaining about? What are people complaining about? But it's one of those heroes that just forces you into a specific kind of playstyle that you might not want to be heading towards.
Lina.
There goes a big up from the Lina. So we've got ourselves a Rubik Lina combination. Of course, that is a telekinesis followed up by the Light Strike Array. Now, I have to point out that it's... I mean, you're expecting it from this team, but we see it still, mostly in Western Dota, I guess. But that the combination, that the coordination is not entirely correct, and that Lina actually lands her Light Strike Array at a different location. But we're going to be seeing if they can time it properly. And of course, so far, Lena's disabled and Rubik's disabled, the only two disables that netolic basically has, so having them being able to combine up on each other is a very useful feat, as we have a clockwork pickup on Vici Gaming. Probably gonna be the offlaner for them, and will be going on the offlane. Ah, surprise. And then that would mean that the Magnus is gonna be mid up against the Queen of Pain. He should not die, but he's not gonna be winning that lane remaining. Based on last hits. He's just gonna be there for the levels. And of course going to be trying to maybe get an RP at some point with the Queen of Pain. And of course, I mean, we might see some rotation. Shadow Demon Leshrac combination can definitely take down Queen of Pain if the coordination is there, which we're going to be expecting that there is. And I mean, Queen of Pain has got this animation before she blinked, and you can stun her before that if you time it properly after the disruption. Last pickup incoming from netolic Singapore, formerly known as April Fool's Day, as I said, AFD. And we're going to be seeing probably a carry from them, Lone Druid then on the solo lane with the Rubik Lina and something else combination coming off from netolic. But it all depends on what else they want to do there. We still have a lot of carries in the pool. A lot of, well, like the Dragon Knight, Chaos Knight is still in. We still also have Anti-Mages, Faceless Voids, you know, those kind of carries. A bit of different caliber, but still all carries. But they're taking their time. They are actually the only team so far that has used any of their bonus time. And they're going to be going for a Gyrocopter. I didn't mention the Gyro before this, because Gyrocopter is a hero that, again, is not that highly valued in Asian Dota. Though he can, of course, pump out a lot of damage. And there is still the Anti-Mage. So ZSMJ Anti-Mage is going to be. And Gyrocopter, the carry of choice for netolic, who by the looks of things would be ready a bit earlier in terms of starting to make their play, starting to make their way up to the tier 3 towers of their enemies. But we all know that ZSMJ is known for his farming capability, so he can make sure also that his team will be ready by the time that also netolic is going to be ready. As we're going to be seeing who plays what. We have got ourselves Fenrir playing the Leshrac, ZSMJ of course playing the Anti-Mage. Who would have thought that? FY on his Shadow Demon. CTY going to be playing that Magnus going towards that mid lane, and XTT will be playing the off lane Clockwork by himself. In the meantime, we have got ourselves on the Radiant side netolic Singapore. It is Raveplu that will be going on to the bottom lane on his Lone Druid. Panda Bear at hand. We got ourselves a Queen of Pain with a nice mythical, I think, legendary wings. Sorry, legendary wings. And we are gonna be seeing him play, or her, sorry, played by Shibix33. So going to that mid lane as already expected. We've got ourselves an aggressive trial, and it is the witch-hatted Lina that is played by Lodra KY. And we are gonna be seeing our KS playing the Rubik. Ken will be on the Gyrocopter, and that will complete the aggressive tri-lane, as it is gonna be tri-lane versus tri-lane. Of course, they know that they have netolic has got two kind of carries, while Vici Gaming have got that Anti-Mage, and therefore if they shut down that Anti-Mage, they don't really have to worry that much about Vici Gaming. Apart, oh, nice Light Strike Array up on 2. Disruption is there, but no follow-up. Rocket Barrage, already a bit wasted there. DD Rune up on the Gyro will make sure that Vici Gaming is gonna run for their lives. You don't want to be having to deal with that one, for sure. As, well, they kind of announced now that they're going to be going for an aggressive tri lane, so we'll see Vici being fairly careful. I have to say, though, it is not a really dangerous lane for Vici Gaming. I mean, they've got a disruption, basically an ability that is known to be the ability that saves people. Disruption there. Of course, they have to be careful that the Light Strike Array is not going to be following up on that disruption, but that is something that they can indeed do something with. I mean, Little Shrek can make sure that if he lands a stun up on the Lina, there's not going to be a follow-up stun, etc. And they can also try to counter-initiate should netolic go in and actually slightly overextend, then Vici Gaming have got a very high counter initiation potential for their lineup, and it's going to be really dangerous. netolic, they kind of have to win this lane, otherwise, you know, it's not really worth running an aggressive trial lane if you're not going to be shutting that Anti-Mage down. Oh, so far so good, by the way. He doesn't have any last hits just yet. But if Split Earth, if you're going to be overextending what I said, it's going to be very dangerous. Lina actually already at the ready with a stun should they have continued that. But as I said, they're going to have to be careful. but not too careful considering it's an aggressive tri lane. In the meantime, in the mid lane, as I already said, also Queen of Pain, Magnus match up. Wait a second, they're looking to be going for that. Rocket Barrage up on ZSMJ, who's still gonna go for it. Light Strike Array up on the Shadow Demon. ZSMJ decides to go for the Rubik instead. Soul Catcher up on Ken, trouble, Ken, dead. First blood, ZSMJ, a Light Strike Array will stop ZSMJ from following up on that Lina, but that was the counter initiation doing the works. The combination was there. Disruption, Soul Catcher, Split Earth, burst damage. And there you have it. That is the first blood going the way of Vici Gaming. More importantly, first blood going the way of the carry anti-mages that are here to shut down. He doesn't have that many last hits, but with this with this first blood money, he is definitely not doing bad either. In the meantime, we have got Lone Druid up against a Clockwork. Now this is a matchup that is fairly even. Neither should be able to kill each other off, even though when the bear gets level 5, as in when the Lone Druid gets level 5 and his bear gets to the next level to get the entangles, we might see XCT in some trouble, but for now he's doing just fine. Pulling the creep wave towards his tower so that he can get some safe experience as well. He's almost level 4. And the Lone Druid is same level, so far so good, I'd say. For sure. In the meantime, VC have got the lane a bit pushed out, probably something that they're not too happy about. They have counter-warded their creep spawn, but it's not spawning just yet. They have to wait, and then they can stack and pull, and that is something that they were of course hoping for, so that they can get some more farm, because last hit-wise still fairly tough position for him. In the meantime, Shivix in the mid lane is 20 for 4. We've got ourselves a Magnus on 11 for 1. I mean, that is to be expected, that the Queen of Pain is indeed winning that. Though on levels it is fairly even, and that is the reason why Magnus is here. He needs to get that level 6, and then he can try to make a difference. Maybe can rotate top, get himself an RP going, as Light Strike Array trying to clean out trees so that they can hit the neutrals, perhaps. I was gonna think they might be thinking about counter-warding, but they don't have a counter-ward here. They do take one of the last hits of the neutrals though, which is of course nice that you can deny that to the supports, from the supports of Vici Gaming. Gold grab slightly in favor of netolic. I mean, they are overall doing best on the farm. We have got the Lone Druid slightly higher than the Clockwork. We've got the Queen of Pain higher than the Magnus, and of course we've got Ken sitting on 14 for 3, while ZSMJ is on 11 for 1 disruption. Is there gonna be a Split Earth or anything else? No, this is just a harassment, but Chaos taking a lot of damage. Rocket Barrage will be here though. Shadow Demon in trouble. Light Strike Array hits upon ZSMJ. Now Ken in trouble as well. Is gonna be running for his life. ZSMJ on the chase once again. Can they get it? Yes, they can. Yes, they can. It is Fenrir getting the kill. Now KS gonna go down as well. No! Killed by a neutral. The last hit from FY making that possible. It is Lodra KY who is running for his life. ZSMJ will blink forward. Lightning will help out, and Anti-Mage gets the second kill of the game. 4 deaths in total. One of them going to a neutral. Okay, that is fair enough. But it is 0, 2, 3. We can then count it. Very good still for VC. And again, I mean, you wouldn't say that this is their... well, they are the defensive tri-lane up against an aggressive tri-lane. Aggressive tri-lane really not working out at this point. Not when Anti-Mage has got himself 2 kills. And, you know, shutting him down on last hits is nice. But feeding him kills then is a bit counterproductive, don't you think? Yeah, it all depends on when the Queen of Pain can decide to rotate. She is level 6, hasn't, well, there we go, has now picked up her Sonic Wave and can try to rotate top to make a difference. But the thing is, when she is level 6, that means that Magnus is level 6 as well. So he can do the exact same thing. He has to be ready that when the time comes and Queen of Pain goes missing, he will also be able to TP top and be able to get an RP going there. The same thing goes for the Clockwork, who can be helping out as well, almost level 6 as well. The bear is level 6, but the bear is actually in hiding. I was gonna be pulling. That's nice also, but you know, not harassing, not trying to get a kill up on this Clockwork. It's very tough though. I mean, even if he does get an entangle, there will still be cogs, and it will still stop the bear from doing things. So it is definitely not an easy feat to do. We do have rotations. Disruptor and Leshrac. FY and Fenrir are gonna go for a gank up on this bottom lane. Magnus just, well, got himself a regen rune actually. I thought he might be thinking about joining up on this as well, but not gonna go for it. As Rave Blue has no idea that this is coming for him. Disruption will be there. Fenrir coming in with a Split Earth. There we go. flares, everything, lightning, Spinner gets the kill. Solid one to have, and a bit of an expected one for us, because we of course saw that happening, but I actually think that maybe netolic should have thought that was happening too. I mean, the supports were missing, they hadn't seen ZSMJ for a while either. I mean, he is farming still, but with no vision on the supports, you always have to be careful, and even though he was in between his own towers, they don't have any wards to see what's coming into the jungle. I know there's smoke, but still then. There's something that you should be expecting. Sitting under your tower might have been a better idea. We have got, of course, them sitting around here as well. Queen of Pain has to be careful. Again, she has got a blink, but her animation actually takes a bit longer for it to cast, so you can get that stun in after the disruption. But now that she's seen what's coming for her, she's going to be extra safe, and that is going to be Vici Gaming's cue to move back onto the top lane, whereas ZSMJ has got 24 for 3 last hits. We've got Ken level 3 on 26 for 10. Now, I have to point out that if you're on an aggressive tri lane and you are gonna be the aggressor, then you normally have to... There's 2 things you can do, of 3 even. 1, stop your opponent from farming, stop your opponent from getting experience, including not getting any experience from the jungle creeps. Kill your opponent, so that you get extra experience. I mean, they might be getting some neutrals, perhaps. Might be getting some last hits with the harassment that you do. But if you kill them, that's also worth it. And both of these things have not happened. Ken level 4 now, yes, but look at the level difference. I mean, Anti-Mage is level 6. This is the aggressive tri lane. The result of that not working out is level 4s and level 3s are plenty up on netolic Pro League. They do have a smoke up. They are going to be trying to go for that clockwork. I have to point out that clockwork is not an easy target to gank at all. Next to that, he realized that there's people missing, so he's gonna be extra safe. So yeah, that was it for the ganking attempt. Vici Gaming pulling ahead, not very fast. I have to say, not very fast, but it's still. I realized that I just said that a lot, so that's why I'm kind of awkward at the moment. Oh well, but yeah, doing okay. Not winning the last 6 battles, but winning the control, I'd say. And we have got ourselves a gank. Ken gonna get disrupted. Gonna get some Split Earth following up on that one, even though it's a bit too late. Lightning only. This might actually be an escape for Ken. But no, never mind that. One more hit away from dying, and ZSMJ will be able to blink forward. He can do that in 6 seconds. In the meantime, Queen of Pain, Sonic Wave to Leshrac. We're following this one though, because this is just interesting to see. Okay, let's see if Ken gonna get it. Well, that's a wow. Ken, he is actually getting away. Light Strike Array. Dragon Slave as well. ZSMJ can blink himself. Have to do that right now. Has to give up the kill on the Gyrocopter, and that is gonna be a double kill for Sheever. Picking up the support at the back end and no kill on the Gyrocopter. And this is, I guess, the result of, I think, Shadow Demon just being a bit too aggressive there. If he waited for a second longer with that disruption, then there would have been a Split Earth to follow it up, and then there would have been a kill and they would have been able to get away. But now they gave Queen of Pain a chance to come in with a Sonic Wave, clean down Leshrac with that one. Shadow Demon shortly after. And that is just that is a comeback. As we have Rubik going down as well as Lone Druid, so I guess the comeback is kind of nullified again with Clockwork getting the Rubik kill, and it was a Shadow Demon indeed that picked up the kill on the Lone Druid. Lone Druid was kind of like the hope for netolic. I mean, they don't have a very high farmed up Gyrocopter, so they have to Queen of Pain and a Lone Druid. Now Lone Druid just died, so that is a good kill definitely for Vici Gaming, as they now only have to deal with the Queen of Pain, who is actually gonna get charged here and might actually get RP'd, but the Scream is there, and Sheever might actually be able to do this with enough harassment, and is actually gonna try to go for it, and gets it as well, the RP. You heard the sound, he tried to do it, but he couldn't do it in time. Killing spree now for Sheever. He is the hope and dreams of the Radiant team, with all 3 kills that have been done so far on his team, all on his hands. And his role now is to buy time for the Lone Druid and the Gyrocopter to go, but Gyrocopter can going down once more. Shadow Demon getting himself the 2nd kill of the game. Demonic Purge was there, and Anti-Mage just continuing to happily farming Again, Gyrocopter level 5, Antimage level 8, you know, that's not gonna be a very even fight, especially not if the Shadow Demon even is higher level than the Gyrocopter. Support Shadow Demon, support Leshrac, higher level than the carry Gyro. Not working out another aggressive tri-lane. And Rubik's still level 4, also one of those heroes that you really want to have at level 6. Because, you know, he can steal stuff. But so far not level 6s yet. Same thing goes for Lilina, who's level 5. And they are kind of missing their core levels up on those supports. That is something that Vici already has. Of course, next to core levels there's also core items. With no towers going down just yet on the entire map, that's gonna be a bit delayed on both teams. So they're not doing bad. I mean, we see that Shadow Demon is building towards an urn. But you'll have it fairly soon, I guess. But still, it is, you know, if there would be towers down, it would be a lot faster. We've got the Blink Dagger being built up by the Magnus. Another Smoker for Fenrir and FY, as they're gonna be going for the Queen of Pain. It's the Split Earth in time. Yes, it is. Actually, it's not the Queen of Pain. It's the Gyro. Oh. Oh, that is just, you know. Imagine how this goes, right? Oh, Ken, you're having a tough time up on that top lane, don't you? This is Queen of Pain, by the way. Why don't you come to the mid lane and farm up some here? Because, you know, Magnus won't be able to kill you off anyway. Oh, thanks, Queen of Pain. I'll come middle. And then, again, Squad is there and he goes down while Queen of Pain is up in the base. Healing. Yay! She's going for an Orchid, by the way. Shivix will be having that completed. He is the only one of his team that is getting decent farm. Lone Druid is still building up towards something. We don't really know yet what he's going to go for. He has got Phase Boots and the Orb of Venom, of course, but if he's gonna be going for that armlet or going for anything else, maybe a Mjolnir first, something like that, we don't know yet. It all depends on personal flavor, as there's not gonna be an entangle up on the Clockwork, which is something that they were aiming for. That luck element, still very difficult, but Queen of Pain jumping himself in. XCT pops the cog, can he get himself away? Light Striker Ray helps out, and that is gonna be XCT going down, most likely hooks himself up to Wraith Blue, gonna try to run, but won't be able to run from Shivix. 4 kills now. Demonic Purge up on Alina, she has a chance to go down here. RP up on 3! Skewer is not gonna be there, but the Split Earth is. Lightning going through as well. It is gonna be the Rubik that goes down first. Queen of Pain able to blink herself away into safety. The Lone Druid gonna be able to TP himself out, and that is gonna be 2 kills to the board. Only the 2 supports going down. Shivix, welcome back. Gonna be able to pick up CTY. And maybe trying to do more. Blinking in and screaming. Will be able to get. Oh, that one charges, but F5 will still go down. Split Earth still hits. Is it gonna be more Edict helping out? Is it gonna be a lightning? Yes, there is. And this might actually be a kill. No, yes! Edict doing the works. Triple kill for Shivix, and that is gonna be his death. But I think that's worth it. I mean, Leshrac still, of course, very nice play to have that Edict up. Lightning still trying to help out as well. But that Edict still going through, of course, after Leshrac died. Definitely helped him getting that kill. So that's at least something that they got. Shutting down the only hero that has kills on the side of netolic. I mean, come on, it is 7 for 12 on the kill score. It is 7 for 0, sorry, 7 for 1 for 0 up on the Queen of Pain. And that is, I mean, I just said getting a triple kill for dying might be worth it, but if you're the only hero that has your team in the balance of this game, that keeps your team in the balance of this game, are you sure you want to be dying even for a triple kill? I'm not sure. I guess she got more gold out of it than she lost, and that is the most important thing. And she's back up again. She's not going to be going bottom right now. They're going to be giving up their tier 1 tower, I would guess. With 4 heroes here from Vici Gaming. If they don't get this, if they get a fight here and then loses, that would be a big turnaround. Fenrir already in a lot of trouble right here. Bear looking for entangles. Can't find it for now. But Queen of Pain jumping himself in there. Hook in. Gonna be hitting up on the Rubik. Rubik is gonna be going down to the battery soul alone, unless, you know, he goes down. Magnus coming in there. CTT gonna be in trouble. Entangle up on FY. Split Earth misses everything. Laguna Blade and the Bear kill off the Shadow Demon. Another kill on the board for netolic. Fenrir in trouble. Queen of Pain, one more hit. Boom, he's dead. And blinks himself away from ZSMJ. ZSMJ on the chase though, but is he really gonna try and chase this? Where's the bear? No bear? There is no bear. There's the bear. Need entangles. Need entangles. RP. Up on 2 and then bear. It is gonna be Lena that goes down first. Blink away from the Queen of Pain. Bear still here. Need those entangles. This is probably one of the more unluckiest bears I've ever seen. Really? But, important. One of the kills on the side of netolic is done by the lone druid. That's right, Queen of Pain. Oh, he didn't even get an assist for that actually. Still 0. Well. 9 for 14. Kill difference not that big. The control though, with these last couple of fights, actually seeming to be a bit even as well. Oh, XTT in some trouble. Again. He just attacked 3 times, didn't get an entangle. What's wrong with this bear? No entangle. He needs to feed the bear more clovers. More clovers. We still, of course, have Vici in the advantage. They took down all the tier 1 towers of netolic, and they have got 7,500 gold in their favor. So it's quite a big difference still. But they are still in the game. I wouldn't give them up just yet. We've got the experience graph a bit more even, still in favor of Vici. Of course, 5 kills difference, but 2k experience in favor is not that big of a difference. Let's see if we can find some new items. We have got the Queen of Pain having her orchid complete. That might make a difference. And they smoke up. Going for the top lane, using Ken as bait. Ken, who's been trying to get something going. 0-4-0. He wasn't on that bottom lane fight. He has got Drum's Face, which has just been trying to make his time count, trying to get himself some farm up, because he basically didn't have anything, as Roshan is going to be taken down by ZSMJ, who's got himself and a Vlad and a Battle Fury, so we'll be able to do that by himself, especially if Leshrek helps with a couple of stuns there. Like that one. And we've got ourselves a Vanguard up on XCT, so more tanky for him. The Shrek, not really that big of items, but the Blink Dagger, definitely a big item for CTY, and he's got himself an Ogre Club as well, so building towards the BKB, just so he won't have to deal with that Light Strike Array or Laguna Blade or Telekinesis, etc. just before, you know, he wants to be able to actually blink and RP. And get his damage through afterwards as well, as Ken might be able to do something here with the tower. The fortification goes through, but they're not going to try and defend it, even though that is a bit what netolic was hoping for. But they're going to go mid, they're going to go for the tier 2. Taking a tier 1 instead of, or you know, in trade of a tier 2 might not be that bad. The tier 1 middle also went down, by the way. That is going to be 2 towers now down. Ooh, wow. Okay, Lena, you might be staying alive. Jeez, so low. Have to back off. Tower still goes down. Leshrek, of course, with its edict at level 4. Definitely making a difference. Not really looking for a fight. Well, I think if it would come their way, they wouldn't shy away from it. But, you know, they're just taking towers, knowing that netolic can't really defend it right now. They need more farm, more time. And that's something that only Vici Gaming can give them. And so far, they're kind of trying to keep the pressure on. So they have to be careful that it doesn't start to work against them though, because if you lose a couple of fights up against a team like netolic when they have a Gyro and a Lone Druid, you might find yourself fighting heroes that actually got a lot more farm than you at first anticipated. As the Armlet is still going to be the one for the bear to go for. We have got the Gyro going for the BKB still. And already has got his Ogre Club complete. Central Hammer and recipe to go.
I'll hurry my foe to a spiky end.
Incoming!
H-Turn activated. But yeah, I mean, with the tower, tier 2 tower going down and Roshan going down, you just saw it, the gold graph is just keeps going in the way of Vici Gaming. And that's also, of course, because netolic, they can't really find a place to farm. I mean, yeah, you see them farming right now, but look at, like, everybody's on the top lane. Anti-Mage is farming, on the bottom lane rather. Anti-Mage is farming on the top lane. 4 versus 5 on the bottom lane. And they have to do this. They have to be safe, because they can't allow themselves to get picked up anymore. And this is something that VC is actually quite happy about, because they can just have anti-mage farming and distract the entire enemy team at the same time. So basically getting the max out of that one. While ZSMJ got himself his Yasha and building, of course, towards his Mantis style. And gonna be going towards the tier 2 tower as well. And blinks himself away from Ken, actually. The homing missile will still hit him. Doesn't see CTY though. Did we just hear 2 tongs? It sounded like it. Well, there goes an RP. Well, yeah, he's dead. I think he should be feeling happy that it has come to the point where the gyrocopter actually is a danger enough. Wait a second, FY gonna be going down. Sheever, that Edict still doing a lot of damage to him actually. Lightning going through, he blinks himself away just in time. It's gonna be the Alina that might still get dropped. Split Earth misses and TP out for everybody as the Shrek still goes down. There was finally an entangle. 3 dead on the side of Vici. The other 2 though, they were on the top lane and they are almost, well, they almost got the tower down here, the tier 3 tower. citizenJ does the job, has the Aegis, is gonna get it burned soon though if he's not careful. Mana Void actually on the creep. Awkward, but he blinks himself away. But he's at least got the tier 3 out of there. So I was saying, like, Ken has apparently grown to that point where he's worthy of a solo RP. And I think that should be something that he can be happy about. At the same time, he was at least distracting 2 heroes of the enemy team to make sure that his team got 3 kills on the top lane. Yes, they lost a couple of heroes for that, but it was still kind of worth it. Even though, well, no, they even got a buyback from the Shadow Demon. That can't be bad. Bad, actually, bad. Yeah, well. CTY, more runes. He's got a lot of runes this game, I have to say. But still, BKB is going to be the one that he is going to go for, most likely. Well, we see a lot of different builds upon Magnuses, and it comes down in the end to, well, a bit of personal preference and how the game is developing, of course, as well. But personal preference plays a large role in that. Same thing can be said for the bear, who actually has his armored complete Rave Blue. Will be continuing to farm. That's gonna be something that he has to do. Hope for his team to buy time and use the time to get as much farm as possible. And the later this game goes, I mean, yeah, they're fighting up against an anti-mage, so I'm not gonna be saying the better it is for netolic, because it's also not too bad for Vici. But it is still not bad for netolic. They can still take this game if they can get their heroes up to speed. Split pushing for them is gonna be going way faster than split pushing for Vici with that bear. Oh, hello Fenrir. Welcome to the party. Blink forward, Scream actually misses. The silence is there and the TP is actually gonna go out. Fenrir is gonna be dropped before the fight even starts. Here comes FY looking for a disruption. Finds it on the Queen of Pain. Hook in. It's gonna be happening up on the Queen of Pain as well. Locked inside the cogs, but a Light Strike Array up on the Clockwork, and Queen of Pain just blinks herself out. Lands a Sonic Wave up on FY, who does go down. CTT chasing down the Rubik, and now decides that it is time for him to leave. He is, of course, very tanky. Tries to do what he can. Now knows that he's probably gonna go down. Might be able to kill off KS, but he stole cogs. Pops his own cogs. Actually gets himself the Queen of Pain in there, and CTT gets himself away because of that. That's a nice job for him, but at least there's 2 kills going the way of Vici. At the same time, it was the gyro that went down on the top lane. citizenJ coming in to the lane again, together with the Magnus, who actually was there for an RP once more. And they got the racks. They got the melee racks. The distraction that we saw on the top lane was the perfect opportunity for ZSMJ and the Magnus to once again push in to the enemy base, and now also the ranged barracks are gonna get dropped. The control still very much in favor of Vici with this counter push, and netolic, they kind of let themselves get led around the map, besides from taking the role defending their own base, kind of. Of course, this is only game number 1 of a best out of 3, and I think that netolic is one of those teams that definitely learns from a gameplay like this, and they won't let themselves have that happen again. I mean, I think the aggressive trial lane not working out was probably one of the bigger factors for why they don't have the control at this moment. So I don't think we're going to be seeing something like that unless we're going to be having a bit of a different composition for the lanes. Maybe not even having a gyro might be working out. Let's see what the courier has. He has a BKB recipe, but not yet the Menthro Hammer, so that is unfortunate. In the meantime, Queen of Pain also buying a BKB, or at least that's what she's aiming for. FKS, picked himself up a buckler. I mean, it's 26 minutes in, he can still get that mechanism for his team, and the more team fights they're gonna get, the better it is, but it's kind of a late one, because if you're fighting up against a Magnus, having a mechanism very early on in the game can really help you out, as he got his BKB complete. KS jumping himself in, silence up, but the BKB is there. ZSMJ gonna be entangled. Light Strike Array still hits up on him and his illusions, though. Blinks forward, there's the RP. That's gonna be 1 down, 2 down. And the bear goes down as well. Owner of the bear still there. Queen of Pain doing what he can. ZSMJ in some trouble. Is gonna be picked off. A nice job for him. CTY gonna be trying to TP out. Should be able to do that indeed. And is gonna be getting himself away. And yeah, Shibix won't be able to find him. But 2 deaths going the way of netolic. It was only 2 support traded for an anti-mage, so good trade for netolic. But they don't have the strength yet to split push, and as we can see, Vici Gaming definitely can split push very effectively even. Because still the tower of the bottom lane is almost down. And we saw what they can do in the top lane. They're gonna of course try to do the same thing on the bottom lane. It requires time, but they can definitely do that. And the thing is, netolic don't really have that much that they can do against it. Apart from fighting. They can fight right now, they've proven that. Especially if there's split pushing going on, that means that they are fighting, you know, less heroes than 5. But they can't do it any other way just yet. It is tough to then still be dealing with that counter with that split push, especially if it's heroes that you can't take down by yourself. For example, anti-mage split pushing is nice. Anti-mage can of course split push very effectively with his Manta style, but he is not one of those heroes that if you put up one hero against him to counter push, he can't do that. ZSMJ will kill that person off. So a clever play by VC, and just all in all really profiting from the way that they are ahead right now. 14k gold in their favor. Experience graph 10k actually ahead, and that's a lot. And we see that back in the levels. Level 8 still up on the Rubik, level 10 up on the Lina, and then you've got yourselves level 11s for the supports of the other team, and more importantly a level 19 anti-mage who's now going to be getting his second Aegis of the game. Butterfly is going to be built as well. Kind of curious if ZSMJ is actually going to be going for that Aegis, or if it's going to be going to the Magnus instead. Nah, the TP scrolls are going to get sold. ZSMJ is going to be getting the Aegis. And the smoke for netolic is going to be too late to try and do anything against that Aegis pickup, and they back themselves out. Question is, where do they need to defend now? Do they even need to defend now? Because VC taking a long way around to go to the bottom lane. And it's gonna be tough for netolic to still take these. They still are trying, of course, to get the best that they can, and to get as much farm as they can. But can they actually do this? I mean, this gyrocopter, after his horrific start at the top lane, decided to focus only on farming and avoid any kind of fights. That resulted him in being 0-6-1. But it is time for him to do his job and to be actually involved in team fights. He has got the BKB, but he will need to be going towards the bottom lane right now. There is, of course, the BKB Blink RP up on the board for the Magnus. But this is this could be the last and final stand that netolic has, as there's gonna be already a Battle Fury up on the anti-mage, so you'll have that for the next fight, and they're probably gonna go in with this creep wave. Let's see it. Let's see it. Yeah. Bear, of course, trying to pull the creep wave away. Disruption. Gonna be there helping out ZSMJ to get some extra illusions. That's what he can. More illusions is better. Silence up on an illusion, actually. That is in a waste of an Orca. ZSMJ still getting stun. Telekinesis there as well, but he can just pick off that tower anyway. Ward goes down. It is gonna be the barracks that they want. Edict helping out. Bear entangles. Nope, not gonna be happening. ZSMJ blinks forward, gets himself the Lina as Shadow Demon goes down by the Queen of Pain coming in on the back, has his BKB as well, hook in. No cogs though, and everybody just gets forced back. Whoa! That was a mana void that just cleaned up the Rubik, who was full HP, but just that mana void on the Queen of Pain did that job, and I think that's gonna be the end of it. That's gonna be the game going the way of Vici Gaming. The first game of this best out of 3 in the loser bracket finals for the Netolic Pro League East. And we are of course gonna see a second game to see if Netolic can turn this around. Of course, Netolic is the team that dropped Vici Gaming down to the losers bracket to begin with. But so far, looks like Vici might just be in better shape, but we'll find out in the next game. Of course, also head yourselves over to room 2013 on Raid Call to win yourself some prizes that are given away during this match. Better yet, I know a lot of people joined since the start of this game. The finals of this tournament are going to be the 5th of May. And the thing that you can win then if you sit on Raid Call is a ticket, hotel and flight to the International 3. So make sure you are on Raid Call 5th of May during the Grand Finals, which is going to be the winner of this best out of 3 up against MUFC. Again, you can win a trip to the International 3, including your hotel, ticket to TI3 itself, of course, and the airplane ticket. So definitely something that you should want to have and you should want to be sitting on Raid Call for. As of today, you can still win mice and headsets and mouse pads. And you can of course head yourselves over to Raid Call room 2013 to win prizes. Anyways, this was game number 1. We are gonna be seeing game number 2 of Netolic versus Vici Gaming. If you want to support me, by the way, I'm Sheever. You can check out my website SheeverGaming.com, where you can find all the games of today and tomorrow, including all the VODs of all the games of the past, of all the casters, not just only by me. And yeah, check that out. You can find also where you can follow me on YouTube, Twitter and Facebook, of course. But let's jump ourselves into game number 2. Stick around, more Dota 2 coming up right next.